Hi, comic book fans, and welcome to another suddenlycomics.com video. And it's Monday, so it's the price variance show. And this week, Alan and I are showing our favorite DC character, which we did on Alan's show. And we're guessing who the other person is going to show. Now, on Alan's show, Alan guessed who I was going to show, and I guessed who he was going to show. So we've got 100% record at the moment. So we'll do that at the start here. We're going to do Marvel, our favorite Marvel characters. I think this is a bit more tricky than the favorite.
I'm not picking my favorite Marvel character, just so you know.
Not picking your... Oh, okay. That makes it really easy, really hard. Okay. Right. So I am going to... So Alan will go first. So I'm going to guess who he's going to pick. He's not picking his favorite Marvel character. I can see Spider-Man is still on his wall, and he spent a long time getting comics, so he's not going to pick Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm. That would be probably my favorite.
Yeah. Well, character. Yeah. Okay. So I am going to go for Moon Knight.
Good guess. That was what I was grabbing, and it also because I mentioned that it's getting a comic that you had shown. So yeah, Moon Knight. Okay, so your favorite Marvel character?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to guess Spider-Man.
Sorry, I'm going to rephrase this. It's my favorite Marvel superhero.
Marvel superhero.
Yeah, it's not my favorite Marvel character.
Superhero. How does that make it different?
Well, so for instance, I'll tell you, my favorite Marvel characters are both anti-heroes. One of them is Namor.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And one of them, and the other is Doctor Doom. So if I was picking my favorite Marvel characters, it would be Namor.
It would be those. Okay. So I was going to guess Spider-Man.
No,
you're not a Spider-Man fan?
I quite like Spider-Man, but he's not my favorite Marvel superhero.
Okay, well, let me think. Let me just get one more guess. There's so many characters. I don't know. Like, see, the other ones that I'm thinking are all like kind of team characters. So
I'm going to give you. I'll tell you, he is a member of a team.
Yeah, so I was thinking, okay, if it's the one I'm thinking, then I'm thinking Avengers. Is that the right team?
No.
Okay, I'm screwed.
It is Ben Grimm. Yeah, the Thing. Yeah. Fantastic Four is easily my favorite Marvel title.
And yeah, I would say too. Yeah.
And the Thing is my favorite member of the Fantastic. So I couldn't do the Fantastic Four because there are four of them. But my favorite character in the Fantastic
is the Thing. So actually, so that threw me off. So whenever I think of like the Thing or like X-Men characters as well, like, Fantastic Four, X-Men, I always think of them as almost like one character. I know it sounds weird, but I think of them as being a collective, so that I kind of treat them as almost one character. So I was trying to think of more solo kind of characters. That's why I picked Spider-Man.
I didn't think you would get it because it's quite tricky, because he's as you say, he's a member of a team, and you think more of than you do.
The team. Yeah. But I'm a big Fantastic Four fan too. You can.
Yeah, it's my favorite. It's my favorite Marvel title.
It's one of the few titles where I've pretty much read from the beginning all the way up, and I've read even the modern series of it, the Ultimates and all those ones. So I'm a big Fantastic Four fan. So but that's great. That's a good. Okay, that's an interesting choice. I wouldn't have picked the Thing. He's not one of my like. I actually always found him a little bit lame in some ways. I don't know why, because I find him.
Maybe you'll change your mind after I do.
Okay, you gotta change my mind, because the reason I'm gonna say that, I like all these people are gonna I'm gonna get so much hate on your channel, but the reason I saw him as kind of lame is I kind of see him as like one notch, like he's older than the Hulk, right?
Yeah.
But
yes, I think
he is.
Fantastic 1 appeared before Hulk 1.
Hulk 1, yeah. But I always saw him as kind of like a grumpy version of the Hulk. and the Hulk is angry. I don't know. So I always saw him as sort of like this kind of.
Oh, I see him as the Hulk with a sense of humor.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, yeah. But I guess he's more of a a human. Like Hulk is kind of like smash, funky kind of guy. What's okay? Yeah, I was gonna. What's the thing's tagline
on that cover there? That's why I showed it. It's clobbering time.
Clobbering time. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. There was actually a funny Fantastic Four movie where they tried to get him to say his catchphrase. I thought that was kind of cute. So yeah, it's clobbering time. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Fantastic Four. So don't get me wrong. I actually like I like the thing. So yeah.
And I have to say, Moon Knight would be up there for me. If you had to ask me to pick Spider-Man or Moon Knight, it would be quite close for me, actually.
Well, because you like Batman.
Yeah, I like Batman, yeah.
In a way, I was a little bit nervous bringing Moon Knight. The only reason I brought Moon Knight is there's a series coming out. It's kind of relevant.
Yeah.
And I would have been Spider-Man if I had truly brought my favorite Marvel one or some female character. I like female characters generally. Yeah, Spider-Man is kind of like, as a kid, Spider-Man is the one I would have thought you would like too. I always pretended to be Spider-Man, swinging around. Like I would jump from couch to couch and like, do the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man thing. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. That's too much of my demented childhood.
Let's have Moon Knight goodness. I'm sure.
Okay, so I'm going to show you some Moon Knight.
Yeah.
And I got it totally in a disorganized order, but we got to start with his first appearance, and it's Moon Knight, Werewolf by Night, number 32.
Yeah.
And it's actually very interesting. So this version of Moon Knight is basically he's just a mercenary, and he's been hired to kill Werewolf by Night. And the cool thing is he wears silver, so then he's like like the perfect nemesis kind of thing. And I'm not even sure if they had great plans for Moon Knight. I'm not even sure if they really thought, oh, this character is going to go somewhere. I think he was like almost a one and done kind of level, maybe a little series, that kind of level. But he became such a popular character.
Well,
the
design's very good there, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's a really great design.
It's a very striking design on the cover. So you can see them all discussing it, saying, "Oh, this has actually come out better than we thought. We better, let's do a bit more with this character."
Yeah, yeah. I think I almost see, like he's always sort of joked about as being the Marvel version of Batman, and I can see it in many ways. So the thing with Moon Knight is, he has that split personality.
Yeah, he's got a personality disorder, yeah.
And if you look at Batman, he's got a bit of a split personality too. He's actually got 3 personalities. And the reason I say that is he has this, but there's Batman who is Batman. He goes around, he's like Batmaning up and, being the Dark Avenger and all this kind of stuff. And then you got the billionaire playboy, Bruce Wayne. They're a very different personality. And then you got sort of the in-between Batman, where he's kind of like, he's not like going around like necessarily murdering or killing, he never kills, but my point is he's not going around in that kind of vigilante kind of thing. He's more of a detective.
Yeah.
He's kind of like more like a Sherlock Holmes, yeah. And, kind of figuring out the mysteries and stuff like that. And he's kind of in between, but it's a different personality. It is so I see the 3 personalities to Bruce Wayne, and we got like 4 or 5 personalities for Moon Knight.
Yeah.
He's got the playboy billionaire
as
one of his things. He has the taxi driver guy.
Yeah.
He has that kind of marine vigilante kind of persona as well. So I think and actually supposedly he has a little girl. I haven't read
the girl.
Yeah. So it's kind of interesting that he has all these split personalities. So Moon Knight, no, Werewolf by Night 32, his first appearance. And then we get where they kind of did a little spotlight on him.
Yeah.
And this is like, Marvel Spotlight 28. This is kind of I think another key where they're kind of fleshing out the character a bit more. But to me, the big key, and it's one that's kind of become super hot recently, is this one, Moon Knight #1. And this is where his origin is really fleshed out. Khonshu is introduced, which is the god that he's sort of, is he really, like it's kind of one of those mysteries. Is he just insane? Or is he like got the powers from this weird god, And also it introduces one of his biggest nemesis, Bushman.
Yeah.
So it's got all that thing, and it kind of fleshes out how he became the Moon Knight.
Yes.
He, in a way, he kind of reminds me, because he's a Marine and he had that kind of fallout with Bushman. He goes off and he basically finds this cave where he finds this goddess. It's very similar to Dr. Fate, actually. If you know some of your Golden Age history, Dr. Fate has kind of a similar story where he kind of finds this temple and he gets this sort of god's powers. He's got the same thing, but because of this kind of psychotic thing, he's almost got like PSD, post traumatic stress disorder, PST or PTSD. Yes. So he has that, as it feels like he has that, and that's why he's kind of crazy. But it's almost a mystery whether or not he's just imagining all this or if it's real. It's got that kind of element to it. I think it's a very interesting origin for the character.
Yeah.
And I think so. So that's Moon Knight #1. And those are the three big books, I would say, for the character. And I'll let you show some of your books. So, and then I'll babble more about Moon Knight.
So I don't know quite which order to present these in. So I am going to, one of the problems with showing comics with Allan is Allan has always got the better comic. So the best I can do to show you the origin of the Fantastic Four, and obviously that includes Ben Grimm, is to show you my copy of Creepy Worlds number 32, which is I've got a reprint of a comic that Allan has got sat just above his shoulder there.
Right there.
Yeah. So this is the problem of just talking about comics with Allan, is he's always got the better comic. But anyway, this one's mine, and I think it's great. So there we go. That was sort of 1961 origin of the first appearance to Fantastic Four. This reprint was probably about 3 to 4 years later.
And did you just get that recently slabbed? Did you slab that yourself?
No, I bought it slabbed. I bought this slabbed about a year ago. Yeah.
I'm surprised there's even any slabs of that. That's a rare book.
Very rare. Very, very rare. And quite pricey, actually, even though it's a UK print.
Reprint, yeah.
This one is the most expensive of the Allan class comics.
Yeah, I know that.
Of all the 700 or whatever, 800 Allan class comics, this is the most expensive one.
How much would that go for around? Just
I paid, so I think this would cost you more now than I paid a year ago, because Allan class is going up.
They're sort of coming to
I paid $250 for this, but I think
okay, that's a good price, actually.
I think you'd probably pay about $500-600 now, even in a 2.0, because actually it's a very nice, it's a really good looking 2.0.
Doesn't look like a 2.0, but
no,
maybe
it's really good looking. I don't know why it's 2.0.
Is it like some detached cover, or what's the issue?
Yeah, pages 115, 16 and 32 detached.
So that's where you basically crack it open, take the staple, kind of move it around.
Right. So then I've got some other classic Fantastic Fours showing The Thing, This is, I think I've shown this one before. This is Fantastic Four 25, and it's a classic battle between Hulk and the Thing. I mean, this occurs throughout comics. You know, you can, you know, almost every year we get a thing versus Hulk battle, but I think this is the first one.
That's the first actual battle. Like there's an earlier one where they're kind of sneaking up each other. But it's not a real battle. It's
not a real battle. I can't sit here talking about Fantastic Four without showing you my, although Ben Grimm is on it, he's not the main character on it, and I've generally tried that. It's my Fantastic Four 48.
That's a really nice book. There you have the better book. Like that's way better than mine.
Okay, right.
Mine's I think a restored copy or something.
Okay. So, I've also got
not restored. It's a green label actually. I think it's a green label.
And I'm going to show one more in this section, and it's a classic Fantastic Four cover, and it's a UK price variant, so that makes it even more valuable and rare. It's the Silver Surfer and Ben Grimm.
That's one of the best covers with Silver Surfer, and
really nice. So yeah, those are my first Ben Grimms to show you.
That's a lot of really great ones there. Okay, so I talked about some of, like, I'm going to do something similar to what you did on my channel. Where you showed you know, not only the character but his nemesis.
Yes.
So in a way, this is, I feel kind of weird saying that this is his nemesis, but it is kind of what got him as a character. It's Werewolf by Night. Obviously, you gotta, you know, it's who he fought very beginning. So I'm going to show you Werewolf by Night's first appearance, which is Marvel Spotlight #2.
Nice, there goes. Yeah.
Mine's actually got very slight restoration. It's like one of these like things where somebody puts a dot on it and therefore it's restored. You know, it'd probably be still a 6.0 if I removed the restoration. So it's kind of one of those silly ones, you know. Yeah. But it's just a beautiful cover. I kind of like it because it has that werewolf you know, that where they transforms, the transformation kind of thing. And it has that kind of, I don't know, it makes me feel like the same kind of feeling that I got with Michael Jackson's Thriller. That kind of feeling. I don't know why.
I'll see what it reminds. It's very much like Creep Show for me. It's sort of that 19.
That's true.
1960s sort of feel, horror movie feel about it.
Yeah. So I kind of get that feeling too. So that's, I think it's kind of a cool cover. I like that transformation kind of thing. So this is Werewolf by Night Marvel Spotlight #2. And you got to have his first series, which is Werewolf by Night #1. You know, it's that classic situation with the werewolf. He's kind of almost not really a werewolf in the traditional sense where he's going around just randomly killing. He's kind of more embarrassed about being transformed into a werewolf. And this is him kind of lurking in the background in the shadows, trying to hide his identity as the werewolf. So I think that's kind of cool too. So those are kind of one of his major nemesis. I actually brought a stack of comics just to compete because you showed so many on my channel. But I brought this one just as another one to show a nemesis. This is
that's a lovely cover. I like that cover.
Scarlet Glass, I think.
Yeah. So stained glass.
Some stained glass scarlet. Yeah. I kind of flubbed the name a bit there. But this is Moon Knight #14. And this one is one of those ones that kind of spiked and then dropped. It just died in price. But I actually really liked it. I just love the cover. I think it's a great cover. And as I said, I like my female characters, so I think this is kind of got that 40s film noir kind of style to it.
Yeah, she's an ex-nun. I have to say, I went to primary school run by nuns, and none of them looked like that.
Yeah, you just went to the wrong school. Okay. so yeah, there's that one. And I want to show one more nemesis, or actually two more, and then I'll let you show some more books too. So this is the Sun King's first appearance.
Yeah.
This is another kind of hot book. There's a lot of speculation that Ethan Hawke will play the Sun King, but there's then this speculation that he's going to play some other character. It's like there's
well, he is playing that other character who has, I think, appeared in the
Moon Knight number 2, I believe. Moon Knight number 2 or 4 or something like that. I just picked it up. I just picked that up as a cheat. I got it.
Mini series.
Yeah. I just picked it up. Yeah.
Once. So the rumor is he's that character, but that character is the Sun King. Yeah.
I think they like to do that with a lot of these series where they'll take like I just think about like female Loki, where she's really, like 2 or 3 characters kind of amalgamated. You know what I mean? Yeah. She's not, she's really the Enchantress. So, and then I want to show one more nemesis for Moon Knight, and that's this one.
Oh, that's a nice comic. Yeah.
This is kind of like, that perfect antagonist, somebody that's equal to Moon Knight. It's first appearance of Black Spector. And it's like almost a mirror because it's such a black cover. But it is kind of one. I'm not sure if this character will be in the Moon Knight series, but it's just one of those kind of, cool characters for Moon Knight.
And that's an
I think maybe season 2 kind of.
Yeah, I think maybe a season 2 as well. Right, and a few more now. So you would challenge people to come up with homages on Friday.
Oh yeah.
I have got some interesting homages here. One of my favorite Ben Grimm covers is fantastic, and it's an issue that's between 2 really expensive comics. So Fantastic and Fantastic 452, really expensive comics, really well known. Mm-hmm. Fantastic 451, heavily undervalued in my view, and it's this one, classic cover with This Man, This Monster.
Oh wow.
And it's sort of sandwiched between the end of the Galactus trilogy and the start of the Black Panther stories. So I think it gets a bit ignored, but I think it's really great. And this has got a number of homages to it. I'll just show you a couple of them. This is from the sort of Marvel Zombies run. And that just,
oh wow,
instead of saying This Man, This Monster, it says This Monster, This Monster. Because he's become a zombie. Yeah. And you can see he's in the same pose as he was on that one.
Yeah.
And then this one, which is great, this is Stan Lee meets the Thing, and this has got This Stan, This Monster.
Oh wow, that's really cool.
Yeah, so I love those sort of couple of homages there to that comic. A couple of other classic ones. This is Fantastic 466, again a UK price variant, and this is the first appearance of the Beehive. Which
becomes the Cocoon.
Becomes the Cocoon. So this is sort of like a cameo appearance of a Beehive. Just a couple of other really nice covers from some early Fantastic Four. I mean, some of the art on early Marvels is really fantastic. Now, one of the reasons I like Ben Grimm is because of who he's based on. So who is Ben Grimm's alter ego? Do you know this?
Ben Grimm's alter ego.
Who was he based on in real life? If you don't know, you'd tell me if you knew. It's Jack Kirby.
Yeah, I was going to say Jack Kirby. Yeah, actually, that's funny because
it's Benjamin it's Benjamin Grimm, of course. It's Benjamin Jacob Grimm. Benjamin was Jack Kirby's father's name.
Oh, wow.
Jacob.
I didn't realize it was that close of a.
Yeah, and Jacob was Jack Kirby's name when he was born. His father was Jewish. He's Jewish, and Ben Grimm is Jewish.
Okay.
It wasn't apparent in the earlier issues, but he did sort of have a few stories later on where it became very obvious that he was from a Jewish background, like Jack Kirby. Also,
well, Jack Kirby created all these characters.
He did, and this one, and here, Ben Grimm is famous in that he was born on Yancey Street in East Side, New York, and Jack Kirby was born on Delancey Street, East New York.
Okay, similar.
A whole load of interesting similarities between Ben Grimm and Jack Kirby. So that's another of the reasons that I like Ben Grimm.
Well, Jack Kirby, he did a lot of work on Fantastic Four. I mean, he's kind of one of the guys that was fundamental for creating that whole series. If you actually look at Jack Kirby's signature, the way he makes his J is like a 4. And that's him sort of giving himself a little bit of a nod to his run on Fantastic Four.
Yeah, just sorry, I've got quite a few here. Another one.
Hey, show them all.
Another one. This is The Thing No More. So this is him reverting back from being the Thing into Ben Grimm. Another, just these early Fantastic Four covers, as you say, Jack Kirby. This is a bit similar to the one I showed. This one is This Monster Forever, instead of This Man, This Monster. Another one here with the Thing converting back into Ben Grimm again. And I'm just going to show you some other. So I also have, I do collect sketch trading cards, and it was a series called Fantastic Four Archives, came out in 2008, and every box contained a sketch card. And so I sort of went down a little rabbit hole and started collecting Ben Grimm sketch cards from this series. So I've got a few. That's a really nice one. And Ben Grimm is saying Sweet Petunia there. Do you know who Petunia is?
That's his wife?
His aunt.
His aunt. Oh, yeah, she dies. Yeah, I know who Aunt Petunia. Yeah.
Another one. So I've got a whole bunch of these. I think I've probably got more of these Rittenhouse sketch cards from this series of The Thing than anybody else.
So are these like you get some artists to actually sketch them, or?
No, so this is a trading card set, and what they'll look at, the trading card company will actually get artists to do sketch cards, and they randomly insert them into the pack.
Oh wow!
So you just open a pack and you get a random.
But it's an original sketch.
An original sketch, yes.
Wow, that's really cool. Yeah, that's actually
there were 24 packs in a box. And one of the 24 packs would contain a sketch card.
Wow, so pretty rare.
Yeah, so one in 150 cards would be a sketch card. An original sketch card by an artist.
That's really cool that they would do that.
Yeah, these are all now. So those are all from that. I've actually have done some commissions as well. So this one, I actually commissioned an artist to do a sketch of.
Oh wow!
Quite nice. I asked him to do him with a cigar. And this one is from this one's actually probably the most valuable one, surprisingly. This is from the 1992 Marvel Masterpieces set by Joe Jusko, and a really nice Ben Grimm. If this was a sort of graded 10. That's about a $500 card.
Wow. I never got into card collecting.
No,
So
it's I've sort of tried to park it because it's another, it's a rabbit hole to go down. I think
yeah.
I'm into the sketch cards now, and I do like, because I like my original art. So,
Yeah.
and they're one-offs. Nobody else has got one.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, it makes it much cooler. Yeah.
yeah. So there we go. That was my Ben Grimm stuff. Have you got any?
Okay. I got a bit more if you want to see a bit more. I figure I should show this book. This is kind of a hot book.
Yeah.
You mentioned this one as well.
Yeah, that's a great book.
Yeah, this is where he becomes Mr. Knight. This is the Mr. Knight persona's first appearance. This is Moon Knight #1. I think, is it the 3rd series or 4th series?
I know it's something like the 6th. There's been about 9 series of Moon Knight.
Yeah, it's like I knew it was like one of the later series, but yeah. So there's that one, and I figure I should now. I just gotta show a bunch of stuff.
It's some great movies.
Okay, so I love this cover. You showed this one.
Yeah, that's the one I've got a T-shirt of.
Yeah, I think it's just such a great cover.
It is.
Just a great cover, and that's actually the first cover appearance of his daughter.
Yeah.
So that's double key, just because it's a cool art piece, and it's an homage. It's an homage to an art piece. So I kind of like that. I have no idea what this is. This is one, like, I bought a bunch of Moon Knights back in the day, like back in the 90s. Like I was like, I picked them up. So I'm not sure if it's anything special, but this is
I'm not familiar with
Moon Knight Special Edition #2.
Right. Okay. Not seen that one.
Some random, some random book. I just grabbed all my Moon Knights just to be competitive. So this is just a bunch of Moon Knights. This is Moon Knight #13. It's a kind of a that's the first Moon Knight versus Daredevil kind of cover.
Yeah.
And then we got, these are all just random ones that I picked up like back in the day. This is actually, I picked this up recently. This is Moon Knight Mark Spector Moon Knight #4. I believe this is the first appearance of Wild Midnight or Midnight.
Yeah.
So this is kind of a key. And this is Mark Spector Moon Knight #35. I believe this is the first appearance of his brother.
Yes.
I think so. And then we got Mark Spector Moon Knight this is just a really cool one. This is like with the Punisher, #36. And this is one I picked up when it came out. Like literally, I got this off the shelf. This is Mark Spector Moon Knight #50.
Yeah, I've got that.
And this is just a really, it's got that burning. This is so 90s, right? Like that,
Yeah.
So 90s. It's got the kind of like that 90s style art in the back too. Just very 90s, very 90s. Okay. And then we got the like one of the big artists for Moon Knight, and he was super hot. This was super hot. Like this was an expensive book back then. Probably more expensive back then than it is now. This is Moon Knight #59. This is the one with Splat cover. Is it Steve Platt or
Steve Platt, I think.
Yeah. But Platt was like kind of the big artist, like that quintessential 90s artist with the overly drawn muscles on top of muscles style of the 90s. So he was huge at that time. So that's number 59. And then the last issue is #60 of that run. And this was also a Splat a Splat cover.
When I first saw that, I didn't know who the artist was, and I thought the Splat was like the Pow or Kapow. I thought it was a Splat because
I know, yeah. But it's the artist name. So, and then we got the most modern series. This is the Scotty Young variant of #1. This is the most recent series. I actually have a bunch more I didn't bring, but I just got all the variants for it. So actually, I think this one is kind of my favorite in a way. I like this kind of patriotic, black and white kind of cover.
Yeah.
I think this is quite nicely done. So this is Moon Knight #1 from the most recent series.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's my Moon Knight. I have actually I realize now that I think about it, I have another box with more Moon Knight. I have a bunch of Moon Knight. It's like kind of crazy, but okay.
Excellent. Right. That was really good. So next week, why don't we do the same thing again, but pick
two other characters. Yep.
Yeah.
And then maybe the week after that, we can do maybe a team.
Yes, that would be, yeah, okay.
Like,
yeah,
as a plan, future plans.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Thanks very much, Alan.
Thanks for having me.
And thanks everybody for watching. And remember, go over to Alan's channel and watch us do our DC characters. Some great stuff over there, some great covers. I mean, Alan showed some covers you just will not see very often. Okay, enough said.